Good evening, sports fans, and welcome back to our modded survival. I am, of course, Rulthariuz, and I am joined once more by the absolutely delightful Mr. Hummer. How are you today, Sir Hummer?
I'm very well, thanks, Rulthariuz, and it's good to see that you're sporting a T-Rex hat. That's good.
My hard-won T-Rex hat from our last episode. I love it. Very
Yes,
going
I,
hunting
I like
and
my I like my brain in the jar. It's all good.
very brain in a jar. The only way that could be better is if you had like the head in the jar from Futurama or something.
That would be cool.
So we've been up to some mischief off camera, haven't we?
We've sort of established a few things.
Yes, and if we have a look behind us here, we have a rather odd-looking contraption, which we've stuck a couple of hoppers to.
I mean, that's just to do a little bit of automation, not a great deal, but yes, this is Blood Magic's Blood Altar, and we've sort of made a bit of a start and got a little bit further into that particular mod pack to get us to at least a good starting position. But we've sort of reached a brick wall, haven't we?
Yeah, we have a bit of an issue because this, if for those of you not familiar with blood magic, it requires life points to work, and you do that by either sacrificing something into the blood altar, or sacrificing yourself by stabbing yourself with the sacrificial knife, which we have here. You give yourself a bit of a stabbity stab, and it fills up the blood altar at your expense.
It
But we
does, yes.
to continue on with this, we actually need to make a blood orb. But to do that, we need a rather large amount of life points that we can't fit in here, because the capacity of this is 10,000 life points. We need, I think it's 20,000, isn't it?
It's
25,000.
actually 25,000. So the main magical apparatus, if you like, for creating objects in blood magic is with the blood orb. Um, the very first blood orb that you make is the novice blood orb, I think it is.
Weak
Let
blood
me
orb.
just double check. Blood orb in
It's a
NEI.
weak one because I've still got the start one. Remember?
Yep, yep. So you start off with the weak blood orb, which only requires 2,000 life points infused into a diamond in a tier 1 altar. And the altar gets upgraded in different ways. So if you just place the altar on the ground, it's a tier 1 altar. As soon as you place down a ring of 8 runes around the altar, that becomes a tier 2 altar. Then the next step is to go down 1 block and out 1 block and place another set of runes.
Yeah.
So 8 in the middle, and for the next ring of runes is 20. Plus, you need to have these little pillars in the corner with
The
capped
glowstone.
with glowstone. They can be any block, but it has to be capped with glowstone, and that creates a tier 3 altar, which is currently what we have.
Yeah.
The next tier again is to go down one more block again and place another row of runes. You can see I've actually already prepared the hole where those runes would go to actually bring the altar up to a tier 4 altar. The drawback with that, of course, is that to actually get to that stage, you need a lot more resources, and also it would be a good thing to upgrade our blood orbs to the tier 3 blood orb. So I currently have the apprentice blood orb, so that one there is the weak one.
Yep.
And I'll just show you this one.
The apprentice one.
The apprentice one. So it does get bound to a player. So at the moment you'll see that one is owned
Yours.
by Hamadood, and that the apprentice blood orb does hold more in your personal life points or your personal network, for example. So as you can see there, you're getting particle effects after you put it into the altar there. That means that it's draining life points from the altar and placing them into my personal life point network.
Yep. So
So
we're
at the
down.
moment, my network is at 7,000 life points and climbing, so 7,500. And you can look at your personal life point network just by right-clicking with the sigil of divination
Divination
in
sigil.
the air. So
Yep.
the apprentice blood orb has a capacity of 10,000 life points, whereas the weakened one only has a capacity of 5,000
Yeah,
life points.
yeah, you fill that up pretty quickly.
Yeah, so actually it's still going, so it must be more than 10,000. I shall grab it out of there. And of course I can add to it just by right clicking it and hurting myself. Self-harm is all about self-harm in this
It's
mob.
all about self harm. It sounds like something out of Twilight. To be honest with you, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. So yeah, we're going to have to infuse some gold with 25,000 life points. So we think we've come up with a solution that's either going to work or kill us both. We're not quite sure what's going to happen. So we're going to go work on some stuff off camera, and we'll come back when we're ready to start the fun, I think.
Yes, and I'm sure it will be fun. Hopefully you don't die in the process, because unfortunately you can kill yourself very easily with this mod.
I may have done that when we were setting this up.
And unfortunately, if you think to yourself, oh, well, I'll just keep on sacrificing my life points into the altar and then killing myself, and then I'll come back and do it over and over again, there is actually a debuff that you get that lasts
Yep.
for 5 minutes that prevents you from doing that.
Yep, exactly. So what I think I heard of someone basically in an early version of Blood Magic, they basically put their bed right beside the altar and just kept spamming it, which is why they ended up changing it. So you can't do that anymore.
All right, so we've got a bit of work to do.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Catch you soon. Okay, we have made preparations and done some testing. We think the numbers add up, but we're not really sure. So,
I hope so.
oh, I hope so too. It should work. We've made some regen potions of varying strengths. We've got plenty of food, because when we put this gold block in, it takes 100 seconds?
Yeah, so basically a minute and 40, so it's going to take a while. And hopefully our regen will be enough to keep up with our self-sacrifices.
Yeah, so
Because
I
it's
think
25,000 life points is required.
and it's something like 400 a second or something like that, isn't it?
It does consume 400 a second, so the thing is with both of us sacrificing, and because we've placed self-sacrifice runes around the altar, it actually increases the default 200 life points that you get from sacrificing. It's now over 500 it's 520 based on the number of runes we have around the altar at the moment. So we should be able to keep up with it.
I think we're going to be right. So we will see how we go. Do you want to do the honors hummer and chuck her in?
All right, here we go.
Right. So we're going to wait until it drops down a bit, I think.
Yeah, we will. We'll wait until it gets down to about 4. It's down to 6,000, 6,4, 5,000. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I've drunk my regen 2 potion.
Drinking mine now. Come on.
That's 7,000.
I think this
6,000.
it might work, eh?
Why have I got hunger?
I've got it too. I think it's a debuff caused by regen 2.
Ah.
What's our
regen 2 is finished.
Mine's finished, so back to regen 1. And eating.
Eating.
Got to remember to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
4,000, 5,000.
Oh, look.
Oh, there we go.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it worked.
It kind of worked.
Now yours, while we've still got our regens going. You're going to put your block of gold in there?
Hang on. Yep. I'm going to put it in now. Going.
Cool. We have success. See? All we need to do is just have lots of people sacrificing themselves, sticking themselves with a pointy object.
Oh, it feels so bad doing this. You gotta be careful not to hold the right mouse button down to sacrifice, because that's how I killed myself doing this.
Yeah. Yep, it does happen. And you think to yourself, oh well, I'm sure I've got enough hearts to do one more click, but bang, you're dead.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this works out. See, all I had to do was wait until you came back on the server, and it was all fixed.
Come on.
So, getting there.
Yeah. It's interesting. You can't point directly at it, or otherwise it'll.
Gotta keep an eye on your hearts, though.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Ta-da! Open hand, empty hand.
Empty hand. That's right. Empty hand.
That's right.
Magician's blood orb.
And then right-click to bind it to yourself. There we go.
It's got my blood in it now.
That's right.
Made with my blood, sweat, and tears, and yours as well.
That's good, isn't it? So now what we can do is we can upgrade the altar to hold more.
Yep.
Because we can now craft. Now we've got these orbs, we can now craft capacity runes.
Yes, let's. I reckon so that's a good project for this episode.
Yep. Well, let's see if we can actually get this up to maybe a tier 4 altar. I think. Oh, actually.
Oh.
I just remember what tier 4 altar requires.
Yes.
It requires beacons in the corner.
It requires bacon. Ow!
Watch the ender pearls.
I like it if it requires bacon.
Well,
bacon.
I kind of like bacon too, but unfortunately, I've already had my dinner.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
So dinner's no excuse for not having bacon.
All right. Well, let's look at what's required to get some more capacity in this, and then we'll maybe set up something interesting with blood magic. Hey.
I reckon so.
All right. We'll be right back.
Catch you soon.
All right. So what we need to do is we need to make a bound sword.
A bound sword.
Yep. And that also means we need to make a so we need to get into blood magic crafting. So yeah, bound sword's fun. It's I think it's just a diamond sword in a ritual.
Yep.
So to create a bound sword, so we need to kill things with a bound sword.
Yep.
And we need to do this with a ritual of bending.
You know, this is what you really do with your mates. You sit around an altar just stabbing yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Just stab.
Stabby. Oh, imbued state. Now we just need to go one more up. Good times, good times.
Yeah, you know, when you have nothing better to do on a Saturday night, you build a blood altar and you sit around and stab yourself.
There we go, next year.
Awesome. Woohoo! Yeah, just while we're standing here, point to note, I did increase the reactor size too.
You did? Thank goodness. Oh, and it's slightly... Cool. This is a reactor Mark II?
Yes.
Reactor Mark II. So reactor Mark I was producing 1.2 k RF per tick.
At 100%.
At maximum generation capacity. And currently this one is generating 3.75 k RF per tick, and it is running at 15% capacity.
Yep. So it's a little bit more efficient.
A little bit more efficient and a lot bigger and prettier.
Yeah, no, we used the ender fluid in it this time, which was nice.
Excellent. That's what I like.
Liquid coolants are much better than solid coolants, just because they look cooler. I want to change change it for cryothium eventually, but
that would be cool. But it'll be very cold. You'll probably start producing snow on the ground nearby the reactor too.
Yeah, you do actually.
So the only way you can get multiple items into the altar at once is through some sort of inventory insertion. You having fun there?
You said insertion.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're having some fun there.
It's been a long day.
Let's put another 12 in.
I had a boyfriend that said that to me once.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would be a fun thing.
Depends on what he was talking about. I mean, if it was 12, donuts at Donut King, then you'd probably be alright.
Yeah, true, but you are talking about your boyfriend or a boyfriend.
Could have been,
Could have been anything, and I don't
could
want
have
to know. I
could have
don't want
been
to continue
a
this
visit.
conversation. So let's just stop it right
Could
there.
have been a visit to the coffee shop. Could have been anything.
Could have been, but who knows?
There's no way I can eat 12 donuts.
I could give it a good job.
I mean, I'd try.
Especially if they were Krispy Kremes or something.
Oh, Krispy Kreme is so good.
I know, aren't they?
We don't have Krispy Kreme up here. So dirty.
All right, so the problem with going up to... Actually, that was the thing we wanted to do was the bloody... Oh, man. I am so stupid.
Oh, that's
Is
right. We
the,
needed to make that sword.
Yeah, we need to get blood shards. So what we need to do is we need to create a ritual diviner.
Yes.
Ritual diviner, we need to create... So these are inscription tools, which are used to create the different elemental runes.
Yeah.
So it's fire created. Last one is obsidian.
Did you know that jokes about German sausage are worst?
Really? Because they're all cranky? Because they're all cranky?
No.
Oh my god.
German
Yes,
sausage
I know.
worst.
Yeah, I got it.
See,
I got it.
informative and cultural.
Hey, you. You know how you harvested all those ender pearls?
Yeah.
Why haven't you replanted them?
Yeah, I should do that, eh?
You think? It's hard to get good workers these days, I tell you. You know how many diamonds we got? 900 diamonds. You know what I think we need to make our corner pillars out of?
Diamonds? Diamond blocks.
And we just need our little blood things on top of those, and that'll be... Yeah, that's gonna work. I like that.
It looks very pretty.
Very opulent. Oh, actually, I have another thought.
Don't call me Ashley.
I just had another thought. What happens with chisel and a diamond block? Oh my god!
Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt.
Look at this block.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, it's very nice, very nice. It brings out the my inner interior designer.
Well, here, have the chisel.
I already have a chisel.
Yeah. Oh, you already have a chisel? I'll give it back then. Come on. Give it back.
Don't get shirty with me. I'm going to give you potions too.
So yeah, if you want to put your creative juices into...
Yes. Stop stealing my blocks!
I'm not stealing anything. Yeah, by all means, have a look at the different options and make your pillars as appropriate. And if you wanted to, you can change these redstone, these nether brick ones as well if you want to. The altar's got less than 10,000 in it at the moment, so if you break those, it's not going to cause a big issue.
Yeah, chisel. Hello, chisel.
Chisel!
Chisel, chisel, chisel. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I see what you're talking about. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Oh, you know.
How about that?
Boy, it's shiny.
I know, right?
Looks almost metallic.
Netherrack's got some cool options as well.
Cool.
There is one here called Dark Netherrack made of guts. How does that look? I've got to see how that looks. It just sounds awesome.
The other thing too is
Doesn't actually look that good, to be honest.
If yeah. Well, you don't.
Can I have my netherrack back, please?
And the other thing too, I mean, we don't need to have stone in the altar like this.
No, because it's only the Hoosies that make a difference.
Hoosies?
The
Hoosies.
yeah, these Hoosies and these Hoosies that I'm about to put in.
The runes. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's fancy.
All right. Like that. I am an interior decorating genius.
The other thing too, of course, is this room. This whole room is all about blood and sacrifice.
Oh, I can change that. There we go. And then watch this. Blah.
Oh. Netherrack with flowing lava. Oh, I'm sorry to say this, but it's not flowing.
Yeah, it does. It says flowing lava, but meh. It's not an animated texture by the looks of it. Pew pew pew. Oh shit! That was close.
Was that close?
I've got half a heart.
Then?
Totes wasn't concentrating.
That's pretty funny.
So, lesson for today, children: if you're doing blood magic, always pay attention to your hearts. If you're doing blood magic in real life, you need someone to slap you. It does have 2 internal buffers. I know that.
Oh. Well, that's me not sacrificing for the next 5 minutes. So I've selected the ritual of binding. So
Yep.
all I need to do is just right click. No. Left click. No. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
I don't know. You're the one telling the story.
I'm so confused. Oh, maybe it's because it's... Okay, let me just try this. Put the master ritual stone on top. And then... see if it works. There we go.
Holy shit.
Alright. We now have a ritual of binding.
Holy crap.
So, what we do is take off your magnet if you have a magnet.
No, it's already off.
We drop a... Yes, actually, we do want to put this down 1 level, I think. Make it flat with the ground. So I'm just going to... Then we'll put the ritual stone at the bottom here this time, and then I'll right click again. And there we go.
Excellent.
That's all nicely embedded in the ground now. And you'll soon find the reason for that is because when I place down the sword in the bottom here,
yep.
And then I right click it with the activation crystal. You might want to stand back, by the way.
Okay.
Aww. What do you mean nothing appears to happen? What have I done wrong?
You're missing a block here.
Oh, yes, I do appear to be missing a block.
There
we go.
Right. Standing
Ready?
back. Standing back.
Ah, what?
What?
You feel a pull, but you are too weak to push any further.
Okay.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Maybe if I try it.
Sure. That's the activation crystal.
Yeah.
So you should just be able to right click on the master rune in the middle there.
Huh? Holy crap. I did not expect that to happen.
And there's a bound sword.
You know what this means.
It's yours.
Woohoo. Well, that. And I was apparently stronger than you.
Apparently.
Yeah, you can have that back now.
That's really weird though.
Yeah, I had like 20,000 life points on me, so I wonder if that had something to do with it.
How many you got now?
Same. But I've still got my weak blood orb as well. I've actually got 2 blood orbs on me.
Unless I needed the... Maybe I needed the weak blood orb to do the ritual, maybe?
The flavor text on this. Bound blade. Caution, may cause a bad day.
Alright, so I've just gone and grabbed my weak blood orb.
Yep.
Let's see what happens this time.
Maybe, yeah, because that's the only thing I can think of, because I still had my weak one that I made the other night when we were originally toying with it all. Well, there you go. That's what it was.
Yes, it appears that way. So this is a ritual. What do you reckon?
I reckon that looks pretty awesome.
There we go. Don't forget to right-click the bound bound sword.
Yep. And right click.
Shift right-click.
Shift right click.
Yep.
Ah.
You see how it changes? When
Yeah.
you shift right-click.
Doop, 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 doop.
Yep. So basically, and the other thing too is you can activate it.
I am taking damage from something. What is it?
Is your bound sword activated?
No.
If it is, equip it and unactivate it. So shift right click quickly before you die. That's better.
Whew. I'm like, so why did that become a problem all of a sudden?
Well, when the bound sword is activated, it is drawing power from your blood network.
So obviously my blood network is empty.
Yes, so if you've got your blood orb, just throw your blood orb into the altar here and it'll just charge up.
Good.
Like my little flower, it's giving you regen.
Yes, very nice.
And also I added a well of suffering above.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And so what, it's currently deactivated. Or is it? No, it's actually, no, it's currently activated.
Yep.
Because it is drawing energy from my blood network right now. The interesting thing is I put a spawner up there.
Yeah.
A skeleton spawner using Ender.io.
Yeah.
It does draw a shit ton of power, but that's okay. We've got a shit ton of power.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that 2 witches have spawned in the little room that I created above us.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, what's going on in there? So I went investigating.
So what's actually happening? And I've actually sat up there and watched. The witches are taking damage from the well of suffering.
Yeah.
The damage is filling up the altar.
Yeah.
The witches are then quaffing a potion to heal themselves.
Ah.
And they never die. So those 2 witches have been in there all day today that I'm aware of. And I've obviously turned off the spawner. And you can see, looking at the altar there,
Yeah.
they're giving us blood points because they're just surviving the damage that the Well of Suffering is giving them. But you can see now that the altar is now, it's already got 6,000 life points in there, almost. It's now got 7,000. So that's just from the Well of Suffering up there, and also I've upgraded all of the runes around the side here.
Yep.
To be sacrifice runes.
Yep.
So yeah, we've got a decent blood altar happening here now.
Yeah,
which is good.
Very nice, very nice. It was all worth the effort. We need more sacrifice up there. More
It's all working.
sacrifice.
Now, the thing is that because this ritual of the Well of Suffering that I created up there,
Yeah.
and because I activated it, that means it's using my blood network to run. There's
Oh.
your orb. There's your orb, by the way.
Woo.
You could just leave it there. Oh, actually, no. You need to bind it to yourself. That's right.
Come here.
Right.
Boss.
Click it.
Yeah.
And then you can put it back in there, and it'll start recharging your network. And you can track that with your sigil.
Oh, look at that.
So just right click in the air and you'll see how much it's recharging.
Oh, 62, 63,000. Wow, that's a lot of life points.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just left mine in there and logged out. And then I came back and it had 1 million life points in it. So,
Woohoo!
although because the Well of Suffering's running right now, it's down to 180,000 already.
Ah,
So I've
sure
got a little hole in the wall over here.
a little hole in the wall over here. Oh, yes.
Over here, yep. Well, it's not a hole. I just made a hole in the wall, but anyway.
Boop.
Which makes it a bit easier to get up here, so we can see all of those lovely loots on the floor.
So good.
So if we just break it open, I'm just going to get my bound sword out because why not?
Shift right click.
Make sure it's active, which it is.
Well, we made them. We may as well use them.
And I'm just going to go kill these witches. Yeah, definitely.
Ah, damn it.
Damn it.
I was gonna run in with the armor to land and then kill them.
Now the other thing too, of course, of all these drops in here. Actually, let me just turn on the lights.
Turning on the lights.
So yeah, we've got the powered spawner, which is currently out of power because I turned it off down at the reactor.
Yeah. It's from Ender.io.
It is. It's very expensive to run though.
Yeah. But it's not like we got a power shortage at the moment for the first time in any modded Minecraft series.
Yeah, indeed. It seems to have a bit of a texture issue though. I see that I can actually look through the block from the front.
Yeah, actually so can I. And yeah.
Yes.
Look clear through it. Like it's clear glass.
Yep. Like
I can see you standing behind it.
Yep, I thought so. That's why I stood here.
Woohoo!
Bug. Oh well. So yes, I hooked that up, and that's what we're using to provide mobs for our Well of Suffering, which is underneath this dirt.
Yes.
So the idea will be eventually is to remove the spawner and replace this dirt with some
Cursed Earth.
Cursed Earth. And once we get some Cursed Earth happening, we'll be able to remove the spawner and just rely on the natural spawns that Cursed Earth provide us with.
Very nice, very nice.
Yep.
Excellent.
So do you have a piece of dark glass in your inventory?
I do have a piece of dark glass in my inventory for some reason.
I thought you might have, because I only had one.
Boop. There we go. Love the connected textures. So I think that was an extremely successful venture, Mr. Hummer. We have some sort of automation for our blood altar, and we have a freshly built level 4 blood altar. And some beginnings of some blood magic weaponry, which is awesome.
Yep, I mean, there's lots more to do, and I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, just looking at the ritual diviner,
Yeah.
I think there's at least 20 different rituals that we can use.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to experiment with some of those.
Yeah, they look pretty cool, some of them. I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. And I had a bit of a read online, and like you got different types for ones, like you take no fall damage and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it'd be good to see, and I'm sure. I mean, the other things we need to do is we need to have some demon fights, I believe. So.
Oh, I reckon so. We find some boss battles along the way. It'd be awesome.
It will be.
Alrighty.
Absolutely.
But I think for now we will sign off. If you've liked this video, please do like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to myself and Hummer. We'll catch you guys later, and keep on geeking out.
Catch you next time, guys.